physical benefit, spiritual benefit, mental benefit, emotional benefit, all of that.
5,000 years ago, same way, it was the same lifestyle, same food, that living that life for 1 to 2 years. Change.
Most people think yoga is stretching. Yoga is like relaxed form, and you take a long time to perfect your posture.
Nobody is actually doing meditation because they did not understand what meditation means. Sitting in a posture, closing eyes, having...
Hello and welcome to Unfiltered Baatein, a podcast brought to you by Infobahn. Very close to my heart, and I'm sure by the end of this podcast, this will become very close to your heart as well. Today's podcast is based on a topic that is very personal to every individual. And we're talking about wellness or well-being. We're halfway into 2026. And have you ever thought about your wellness goals, about your health goals? How are you doing on that front? Have you had a wellness routine or a well-being routine that you have incorporated in your lifestyle? Because wellness these days, or well-being in the world of stress, overwhelm, burnout, has become not a luxury, but a lifestyle necessity. So what does it actually mean to live well? Let's hear it from our expert, who is from the world of yoga. And yoga is one of the most authentic and worldwide known form of wellness. I invite Mr. Sumit Manav, founder director of Lifestyle Yoga, which was actually originally born in UAE, but spread across UK and rest of the world now. With great pleasure, I welcome Mr. Sumit Manav on our podcast show today. Welcome, Sumit.
Thank you for the wonderful intro. And my pleasure to be here on this podcast with Nowsheen.
Thank you. Thank you for gracing this.
Yeah.
I'm your host, your dost, Nowsheen Yaqoob, founder of Mauritius Global Consulting. It's a human development company which caters to individuals and organizations about personal and professional excellence. Awareness topics is something which is very, very close to my heart. And that's why I invited Sumit Manav to be with us and give us the insights about the world of yoga, who he is, and how long he's been practicing and teaching yoga all over the world. Welcome, Sumit.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So who is Sumit and why yoga?
Sumit is Mitra. Mitra means friend.
Of course.
Coming from Indian background from the northern India, from a village called Baghpat is a district. Mm-hmm. And why yoga? I would say it was a blessing that yoga came in my life because of my mother.
Wonderful.
In a very early age, I was 14 when she had sure some intuition because she used to practice yoga thoroughly. She was to chant lots of Gayatri mantras, and she was associated with the organization where I went actually and transformed myself. So I think because yoga had touched me on a very core and deeper level in a very early age, mm-hmm. where most of the kids even get scared to go to the yoga classes.
True.
Yes, sure, it was pushed by my mother. I wanted to go to my uncle's house and party. But she said, no, you go to this place in ashram in this summertime and attend this summer yoga camp for the kids. And that's it.
And you never looked back
and
since?
I never looked back after that. Continued doing that good. Initiate in some mantra yoga. I was chanting. I was doing my meditation from that time. Never looked back. Then there was a more craving inside me to learn this science in a depth way. Then I continued my education, did my graduation in yoga and sports science, continue my postgraduate, went to the Himalayas, learning in a more deeper way. I was not enough to have that knowledge. I think there is still more. Then I went to Pune. I was associated with BK Iyengar, also commune strongly, doing lots of dynamic meditation. And after spending these 6-7 years, then I decided now I think I have some knowledge,
Right.
not full, but I can spread this knowledge to other part of the world and to other people who may need the help. And this practice can help them.
Fabulous.
So this is how it begins.
Fabulous. Very inspiring. And
Yeah.
I'm sure the journey has not been so easy, as fulfilling as it may sound right now, that you are everywhere.
I would say people think yoga is very easy, but trust me, it's one of the toughest journey it can be for many seekers. Because here, look at the people who has left the world and living with the master. They have no social connection, no family, nothing. So it's not easy journey. Of course, it is one of the most difficult one, and not everybody can take it easily.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's not easy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing a bit about your story, how you started with yoga, and your mother.
Yeah.
God bless her. She's been the pillar of the
100%,
support,
yeah.
strength, and this
Yeah.
origin of yoga for you.
Yeah.
You've been teaching yoga for 25 years. Most people quit things in 25 days. As we all know, we make New Year resolutions, and then 1 month down the line, the resolution is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
What kept you glued to the mat, still on the mat?
I will say when I am on the mat and that 1 hour that I teach to the people, this is the only time I feel I forget the world. Mm-hmm. And I connect so well that time with the knowledge, with the wisdom that I got from my masters. And when I'm passing that wisdom, I don't see anything else at that time. So the most important time for me, this is the time that I feel the meditation happening in my life, right? And this is the time I feel I can do my best to pass this energy, this knowledge, to transform the practitioner who are practicing with me. And this transformation is not limited to the physical benefit. That's what the most of the people think today, that yoga only makes you flexible, makes you strong, or unwinds you, but it is most vast benefit that we seek when we're doing the right yoga practice, classical yoga practices. So it's not limited only to the physical benefit.
Great. So physical benefit, spiritual benefit, mental benefit, emotional benefit, all of that, I would like to tell my audience that I have been a witness to that.
Yeah.
I've had a chance to learn very closely from you, and thank you very much for guiding me on this
pleasure.
journey and bringing me back to the track. Sometimes, we digress. We get so busy in our lives that we tend to not get hold of that routine that we have started in the beginning of the year, or maybe a new goal that we have set for ourselves. But we must always look up to the guidance that we get from our gurus, the guidance that we get from our mentors, coaches, anybody who really is more experienced than you, and you learn from them. So thank you, Sumit, for that.
Thank you, pleasure.
You trained in the Himalayas and under BKS Iyengar, right? Two worlds most people only read about. What was the moment you knew yoga was not just a practice, but your life's purpose?
That was happened, this change that came in my body, in my mind, when I did my master's in yoga, postgraduate in yoga. I was based in Haridwar. And after I did a course, because this is so authentic practice and so classical, the way it used to be done 5,000 years ago, same way it was taught in the ashram. It was the same lifestyle, same food that yogi used to eat. It was steamed, boiled food, no salt, no spices. And the practice started in the morning, 4 o'clock. Living that life for 1 to 2 years changed me for forever. Because it did not only change my physical body, it expanded my energy, it evolved me, made me more spiritual. And this is what is missing in today's world. The right classical yoga system that is not only for making you flexible or making you lose weight, but to change overall personality, energy, and making you better human being if you really follow what Patanjali or Hatha Yoga has said previously. So this is the thing that I feel constantly pushed me to constantly go on the mat and teach to the world.
Great. I'm just so fascinated, with what you said, boiled vegetables, and, that we consider that as a bland life.
As a bland life,
right?
yeah.
And a disciplined life, though. So that discipline came from a very young age from your mother, or it was your teachers?
I tell you, I wanted to leave the ashram in the first month. I really wanted to go. I was fed up eating same food every day. But then this is where the Guru Sishya Parampara comes in.
Right.
If you look at the history of yoga, where the previous time the disciple will go live with the masters in the Himalayas, in the cave, and the master job is to transform them and give it the toughest time and break the ego.
Right.
So this is the same was happening with us, right? And all young crowd, maybe we are in 20s, eating that food, waking up 4 o'clock, 3 to 4 hour practice, 2 to 3 hour practice in the evening. And this constantly is starting to improve. First 1 month was, trust me, it was bizarre. I did not enjoy. I wanted to leave. I called my mother. This is not right. I'm suffering. But after 1 month, things settle down.
Right.
And this happens to everyone, right? This is, I think, more of a habitual pattern that we live in.
Absolutely.
And this is the question you was asking before, why people live in 25 days, they don't survive. Because this is how we, as a human, train our neurons in our mind.
Right.
And everything today is habitual practices, right? If you need to add that 30 minutes or 45 minutes just for yourself, you will find so challenging to continue or be consistent to practice for yourself because you have not trained. But this is what it meant to be. If you do this for 21 days and the result of this practice lasts much longer, because most of the people don't even last 21 days. You see millions of people making resolution on the new year.
Right.
In the 10 days, the resolution is over. They don't even remember if they made a resolution or no.
Sometimes even 10 days is long.
10 days is long.
In 1
so this
week
is the problem.
Gone.
I feel the first thing that yoga teaches us, the first sutra that comes from Patanjali Yoga Sutra, is a At Yoga Anusasanam. You're talking about At means now. Right. When you're ready, when you want to learn this science, it begins with disciplining your life.
Right.
And without this, you will reach nowhere. And most of the practitioner people, not only in the yoga or any other fitness regime, they takes it, this reason is there, that discipline, that's why they are failed, because they're not following the first part. If you become disciplined, and I interact with many students in last 25 years, disciplined students versus non-disciplined student. I always see so much growth in the body, in the energy, in the creativity, and in the path of the life. So it makes a big difference.
Absolutely. It's discipline plus consistency as well.
Yeah.
And discipline is not something that you have to be in a box and do every single day.
No.
Sometimes when you don't like the things, like you mentioned, in the first month, you didn't like, you were homesick and you wanted to come back, but you went ahead anyway.
Exactly.
So when you do the things you don't like, you do them anyway, that is what creates the foundation.
That's what creates the foundation.
And that's the turning point.
100%.
And psychologically also we say neurons that are fired together are wired together.
Wired together. Absolutely.
So thank you very much for that insight. Now, if you had a chance to describe what lifestyle yoga world stands for in one sentence, I know it's not really possible to describe it in one sentence, but if you had to.
I will try.
Not a marketing sentence, a real one. What would it be?
Classical and authentic.
Okay.
These two words will describe, because at the lifestyle yoga, if you look what I have done in last 18 years of this journey and company, we started with maybe 1 or 2 or 3 different forms. Today we reach 30 plus different yoga forms.
Wonderful.
And why did I evolve or created or tailor this form? Because if you look at every single person today, they are different from each other.
Right.
And if they're different from each other, that means their practice has to be different.
Absolutely.
Now, this is the problem in the yoga industry, because from the time it become commercialized, the awareness on the classical real path is totally changed. The more focus is today yoga, if you look, people want to do handstand or headstand and try to show that we can do all of this physical gymnast. That is not the right yoga practices. So the classical system that I've been trained, and that was my foundation. I owe all these classes. So every human being is starting from age 5 to the age 95. We have that kind of format that this soul, this individual can come and enjoy and get benefit of the classes. It's like more of a personalized approach. As an example, let's say if as a person, so the yoga and Ayurveda, we need to look together. We cannot separate these two sciences because they both work in a combination. Let's say you are a more acidic or pitta, parvati, constituency nature you are in. And if I put you in a hot or aggressive yoga class, that may be vinyasa, that may be hot yoga, that may be ashtanga vinyasa yoga, that may be power yoga. I'm not helping you.
Yeah, because it's an
People
imbalance.
do not realize. Maybe for next 1 hour you will feel good because there's a blood circulation. But the real issue, the prakriti, that is not changing. You're putting more effort to activate the Agni in your body.
Right.
The Agni is supposed to be calm, and that once it calm, you become more healthy, more creative, more balanced in your life. So there's no understanding. The people today, because so much happened in the yoga industry, we become teacher in 20 days. And this is the biggest problem.
True.
Where we spend 5 years almost spending time living with the master, with the gurus in the ashram, learning, and we're still learning. We are not done. And the learning is happening because yoga is such a vast subject. It's not in 20 days anybody can finish it.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
a whole science. And this ancient science that came to us from 5,000 years ago and
Exactly.
spread across the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every form of yoga is not just about asanas. It's not perfecting your posture.
Exactly.
It is about the harmony that we create through breathing right, through being in that balance in
Exactly.
that moment,
Yeah.
and leaving everything else that is around. The noise, that
True.
is surrounding us, leaving that aside. And that is what I have practically and personally experienced in your
Absolutely.
classes. And that has brought a lot of relief to me when I do that 1 hour or 1 hour and a half classes, sometimes 2 hours, combined with meditation. It's a great combination, right?
It is absolutely. I totally agree with that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Most people think yoga is stretching. Yoga is like relaxed form, and you take a long time to perfect your postures. Patanjali wrote 196 sutras, and only 3 of them mention the physical posture.
Yeah.
So what is yoga actually?
So let's go back to the first question, that most of the people think yoga is just in stretching or is the practice for making you more flexible. And this is the biggest myth people are living in. Patanjali, as you said, describe only 3 sutra he has given out of the 196 about the asana. Because we have to understand the stage, right? The preparatory yoga is the Hatha yoga. Hatha yoga, you practice asana, you practice pranayama, you practice mudras, bandhas. So what happened in a preparatory yoga, you're conditioning your body and mind so well, so you can go to the next stage of yoga, that is the Raj yoga.
Right.
That is the yoga of the Patanjali. Patanjali is not bothered about the physical body. So he asks one thing, what is the definition of asana? He says, Sthir Sukham Asanam. When he talk about the 2 words, he defined the posture. Most of the people will not understand. Sthir means stability.
Right.
And because his yoga is a yoga for the mind, that's why it's called Raj Yoga. The highest yoga form is the Raj Yoga. He's not worried about the body because you have done previously the Hatha yoga practices. You prepare your body. Now you need to train yourself to sit. Sthir, completely stable. And you have to understand, many practitioners do not like to sit. They get uncomfortable because the mind is constantly like a monkey mind, and they're starting to move. Once you sit still, and in that stillness, the happiness, the joy arises. Second word, he says sukham. Sukham can have 2 meanings here. One is happiness. Second is feeling of well-being.
Right.
And that comes from within. So once you master learning to sit, your body has own intelligence. You understand? You sit down for 5 minutes without moving at all, you will send so much energy and blood into your brain. No other technique can do that. And that's the intelligence of the body. We never sit down. How can you do meditation? So he said, learning to sit is the first step. If you're learning to sit down, then comes the next step. Now the brain is very most complex part in the human body.
True.
And not anybody can train. And he put this system together. So as we talk about the yoga, most of the practitioner today practicing 12% of yoga. Because there's a yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, dharana, dhyana and samadhi. Out of these 8 elements, everybody is practicing asana. And asana is preparatory of all the yoga. It's just preparing you.
Right.
People are thinking doing 1 hour, 2 hour asana class, not the yoga. There's a big difference doing a asana versus the full yoga experience. They cannot be yoga till you master your mind and bring your mind into complete present moment and experience what's happening within. So this is where the yoga leads you. The definition of yoga, then Patanjali give yoga is chitta vritti nirodha. Chitta means your mind, the fluctuated, the subconscious mind. Nirodha means cessation. How you cessate from this fluctuation, and when that happens, you come out from that fluctuation and you recite yourself in your purest nature, is the yoga practice.
Right.
It's the yoga. They define. Nobody is doing that. Everybody is even the first and the second element, and that can change the human personality and the nature and energy completely. The yamas and niyamas, those are 5. The 5 yama, the satya, that is speaking truth. Astaya, non-stealing behavior. Think of it. Just as one example. How smart and intelligent the Patanjali was. He understood human mind, how it functioned 5,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And a complete psychologist he was to understand and put this together. You think you steal somebody money today, or a pen today, or any other gadget. After that stealing, can you sit and meditate? Sit down and meditate, because you will be thinking, will I get caught? Somebody might have seen, camera might have seen. All this sort of unnecessary stress. So he is conditioning your body. The first yama is niyamas, conditioning, purifying you. And then when you're ready, you come into the niyam. Third stage is asana, learning to sit. He didn't say do headstand, you do forearm stand, you do cobra, you do bhujangasana, nothing. Learning to sit. And then he talks about the pranayama. That is the most important practice in whole yogic system. Because without practicing of pranayama, you cannot train your body, you cannot expand your energy, and you cannot train your mind to be in this moment. Absolutely. So this is the step-by-step practice that everybody need to do to find the real change within and what yoga is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's, I feel like I'm sitting in the mountains right now and getting this gyan.
I brought the mountain here.
this insight from you, because learning about the ancient form of yoga, obviously nobody bothers to really go that deep into the research unless someone wants to be on that path of teaching or learning as a student who would practice for years and years. If I put it simply to my audience, it is bringing that restless, full of noise energy and making it calm. That is the first step of getting into the zone of yoga. Right?
Exactly.
So it is not about perfecting your asanas. Like if someone wants to challenge themselves and they want to climb the Mount Everest and yoga is at the top, they don't start from the top.
Exactly.
If they look at the top, they'll get overwhelmed and they won't be able to reach that. So there is a base training that has to happen, and that is what you described in a very
This is base training is like a building up a foundation. If this building is standing because it has a solid foundation.
Absolutely.
So the first 3 elements of yoga, that is yama, niyama and asana, is building up a foundation. It need to be practiced, it need to be mastered, it need to be lived to see the effect of this practice on yourself. And this effect not limited to yourself. Imagine you have your personality completely changed, you become more peaceful, you don't have eye on other people's property, you're non-stealing mind, you speak truth, it affecting your family, it affecting the society too. So you're not changing only yourself, the whole game is changing about the society as well. So, and this is what is missing. The foundation is not being done. You want to straight away go to advanced yoga.
Right.
Even people in last 25 years, I may have very few students who really come with from the heart that we want to learn to meditate. And this desire has to come from within. You cannot force somebody, come let me teach you meditation for 30 minutes. They're not trained to sit in 30 minutes. How can they meditate?
True.
Right?
True.
So, big problem.
So guys, sitting still is the first and foremost way to build that strong foundation. In order to achieve goal after goal, level after level, to learn the yoga in the truest form.
Exactly.
And I do encourage people to learn from the experts, not just from people who are there out on social media trying different complex poses, postures. That is not the real form of yoga, right? Patanjali's 8 limbs: yamas, niyamas, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyan,
samadhi.
Some of them I can't even pronounce. In plain language, if you have to simplify it for our audience or people who are watching this for the first time, they don't have the knowledge. What is the roadmap he is describing, and why do modern studios only teach limb number 3?
The roadmap he has given, at that time is given almost 5,000 years ago. This is still applicable for every human being. If anybody, any single human being follow that roadmap, can reach to the ultimate destination, that is the samadhi. Samadhi means knowing the self, knowing the truth, or enlightenment. There are multiple ways to explain, right? First changes will happen to the human is once you follow just first 2 steps, yamas and niyamas. Yamas are moral conduct of life, and niyamas are purification. Most of the people don't even purify their body in the morning.
Right.
And purification is Patanjali not talking about only physical, like you take a bath. He gave 5 steps for it, right? So niyama, first he says soch, the first word. Soch means purification of the body. You go, wake up, you go for tools and take a nice bath, clean up your teeth. Soch. Then he says santosh. People are not having santosh, the contentment.
Right,
they always want to have more, and because of that, they create unnecessary stress. Now think why he said you need to be content in life. Because if you are in this journey and you are content, you're not creating unnecessary stress. Because that stress will take you away from the reality.
True.
And you cannot do meditation. So he says soch, santosh, tapa. Tapa means austerity. Tapa means burning. Through the purushartha means the work that you're doing it in journey, you're doing asana, you're following up yogic lifestyle, eating healthy food. This is tapa. You need to constantly do tapa. Soch, santosh, tapa, he says swadhyaya. It's not about reading spiritual scriptures. Reading is one thing, but taking those knowledge from the scriptures and applying in life. So everyday routine. So this is kind of a yogic lifestyle. Every day you do these practices. So santosh, tapa, swadhyaya, you're reading spiritual scriptures, bringing them into your life, applying on yourself. And then he said the last one, Iswar Pranidhanani. Iswar means, say, the supreme consciousness or higher consciousness.
Right.
You should believe and then practice based on the belief, right? There is the super consciousness.
Right.
Imagine most of the practitioners don't have an idea of this, but they have an idea of asana, because nobody is teaching the first 2 parts, because not many teachers has been trained authentically and classically in this system. So if you're not being trained, how can you teach?
True.
So this is the problem. Then you follow up with the asana, study yourself, coming to the pranayama. And pranayama is a game changer. People take pranayama so easily. If one person do pranayama for 20 minutes every morning, can be away from most of the disease that happening in today's world. I can guarantee that. That's the power of pranayama, because it deals with your physical body. It detoxify you, it reset your nervous system, it expand the energy. And when it's come to yoga therapy, people don't know. People think yoga therapy happens because of the right corrected postures, but yoga therapy happens when you learn this energy, how to manipulate it, where to take it, which part to hit it hard.
Right.
This is advanced yoga system, right? Following up with the pratyahara, and pratyahara cannot happen. This is the 5th stage as a roadmap. If you don't do pranayama, you cannot withdraw your mind from the senses.
Right.
Pranayama playing as a neutral gear of the car. You have to come to the pranayama to get access to your physical body, to get access to your intellectual body,
right,
to get access to your egoistic mind. And this is training that happening all this time. And without pranayama, you will not go to pratyahara. That's why he put systematically. This is the map. You have to follow. You cannot miss a single practice. If you miss it, you will not reach into the state of meditation.
Absolutely.
Then he said, now, another problem in the world, if you see, people, meditation, dhyan word, every human being listening every single day, yoga and meditation word at least once or twice, right? But people have no idea what meditation is. Right. Before the meditation, Patanjali put the word called dharana. And this is the sixth stage of Raj Yoga. And did you ever heard people doing concentration training? But you will heard millions of time people doing meditation.
Yes.
Nobody is actually doing meditation because they did not understand what meditation means. Sitting in a posture, closing eyes, having millions of thoughts is not meditation. And this is what the roadmap is missing. Patanjali was very smart, very intelligent, very awakened, enlightened being. Will not put a roadmap without knowing how human body and mind works. Concentration training is the most important training in all this system. And you start with 1 minute concentration. Because the concentration, so think of, you sit down with the eyes closed, you're focusing on a candlelight, and you start concentrating, and all of a sudden thought will start to come, right? And you keep concentrating every single day, where you find now there is a connection between you and that light. And prolonged state of that connection is the dhyana. So people have no idea. They think they're sitting with eyes closed, watching the breath, thoughts are coming and going. You're not in meditation. Most important training in the whole system is training your mind to concentrate every day.
Right.
You do not need to do meditation. Meditation happens itself. Meditation is the prolonged state of concentration.
And awareness.
And awareness. Yes. Without that, you're not getting success.
Absolutely. That is what I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
Because when we talk about concentration, focus, especially in the world where people are surrounded by terms like ADHD.
Oh, yeah.
And all of this labels.
Labels, exactly.
And labels not just for adults, labels for kids.
For kids as well.
Elderly.
Yeah.
Imagine the whole life someone has lived under this term of ADHD.
Yeah.
How full of noise and full of apprehensions their mind would be. So bringing them into this concentration phase, I would like to ask, how easy or how difficult is that?
I'll tell you, recently I did a teacher's training course in UK, and I have one ADHD girl over there. Okay?
Right.
The practice are a bit different for those because you have an issue with concentration. You're not having same kind of neuron that we are having.
Most of us are 80% of people, I would say,
focus issue with focusing. So the neurons work a bit differently.
Right.
And you think of that their mind is constantly running faster than anybody. The best practice for them is to slow, deep diaphragmatic breathing. Slow forms of yoga like yin yoga is a magical practice for those because it resets your whole nervous system. It brings calmness to the nervous system. When nervous system calms, you're starting to go against this disorder automatically. So I have done the whole lecture on how different yoga practice can help those who have ADHD issues, right? Most of people may be in that state because you have no control on a thought. So diaphragmatic breathing, alternative nostril breathing, slow yoga form like yin yoga can be very effective in that stage.
So yin, we say, is connected to the moon energy, right? So it brings a lot of calmness, stillness into the body. So I would say
let's understand yin and yang. So yin yoga and vinyasa yoga.
Right.
So think of, in a way, day and night, dark and light, soft and solid.
Both have to be
deeper
there.
And darker, outer, right?
Right.
And these are two opposite forces completely.
True.
Yin is more solid, more darker, more deeper. Yang is more soft, more fluid. You can see it. So your muscle is yang.
Yeah.
Your fascia, your connective tissues, those are ligaments, tendons are yin.
Yin.
They are like a plastic part of the body. And your muscle is like elastic part of the body. Nobody knows this, right? People do yoga. They don't know the issue. Either they have an issue in the yin tissue or the yang tissue. They do the class, whatever class is in the schedule. They have no idea. The first job, as I feel, for the yoga teacher to find the issue that people are having.
Absolutely.
Right? And then it's like a prescription. This is how yoga and Ayurveda was prescribing perfect practice for your type of body, your type of nature. That is nowhere in the world. Right? So this is the big problem. So yin and yang, two different forces, and both need to be balanced. To live a harmony, harmony in life, both need to be understood, both need equal attention, and both need to be balanced with the right practices.
Absolutely. Both energies need
Both
to be
energies is required. And today, world is living only one energy that is more of a young energy,
yeah.
more sympathetic, more active, and you're
Right.
constantly on run, fight and flight mode. This need to change.
So what needs to be activated is the
Parasympathetic nervous system, and that has to be activated for not one reason. There are 1 million reasons. People are not sleeping, people are not losing weight, people have multiple issues in the body, hypertension, hyperthyroid, hormonal disorder, all this happening because your energy body is disturbed.
Right.
Your hormone is disturbed and your nervous system is constantly overrun. And yoga, first thing of yoga, classical system, yogi is not bothered about the posture. They want to learn one thing, how to keep the nervous system calm. So they can be in a state of joy, state of meditation all the time.
And it can be prolonged.
And it can be prolonged. And there are multiple methods they have given us for that purpose. Not one, many methods.
So thank you. I mean, this great insight is a part of our awareness program, awareness series, that we educate people on many facets of one topic, for example, yoga today. Now, coming back to where does Ayurveda fit into yoga? Now, you mentioned earlier that Ayurveda and yoga go hand in hand. It's like two sides of one coin.
Yeah.
So how would they say that they are the same
Lots of people
system?
going to be
like siblings.
hitting me soon.
That's why it's unfiltered.
Let me go back in the history. You heard about yoga, Ayurveda, and I will say one more word, Vastu.
Yes.
So all three science came almost in the same century in this. Okay, and all three science evolved by the different experts and enlightened people. Previously, your lifestyle was based on yoga and Ayurvedic system.
Right.
Now, there are three different prakriti, nature, human bodies made as per the Ayurvedic culture and Ayurvedic system is Vata, Pitta and Kapha. And they can be dual as well, right? As I said before, if your yoga and Ayurveda is not going together, you're doing half the practice.
Right.
Because let's say you are a acidic or pitta person, as I mentioned before, and you're doing for warm and active yoga classes.
Right.
You may be feeling good for next 1 hour, 2 hours, but then after 2 hours, there is some changes will happen. Those are negative changes.
Right.
You will not survive whole day. But when you have a pitta body and I put you into the yin, slow, mindful classes that calms your parasympathetic nervous system, classes that calms your complete body and brings the calmness to your internal organs through Sitli, Sitkari, multiple pranayam, that is helping your acidic body to heal,
recover.
And automatically you become more lighter, more creative, and your energy can survive throughout the day. So the yoga and Ayurveda has to work together, has worked previously, but it's one issue happened in this industry, the commercialization.
True.
And as you said, people go to the studios and only asana because they see what they can do in 60 minutes or 45 minutes
and
time.
They expect quick results.
And there's no nobody is getting result if your focus is on that. That's the problem. Because you're doing 12% of 100%. So result is very limited.
Much,
yeah. You will become flexible, fine. You'll have a better circulation, fine. You will have a better other health disorder. You might heal it, fine. But that's not the real goal of yoga.
True.
Yoga goal is missing there, right?
So thank you for enlightening us with the real combination of Ayurveda and Vastu and yoga. It's really, really helpful, when people become aware of who they are, or even before that, what their body is made up of.
Exactly.
So they need to activate those specific channels of energy and balance them. And not many people in today's world can do that because they're only looking at the superficial part of yoga, only the postures, getting them right. Okay, I achieved the advanced level, but do you really understand how your body works?
What is advanced level?
I don't know. This is what I have
Most of the people think that advanced yoga is standing on your forearm or on forehead or on one finger. Or in one hand finger.
Right.
That's not advanced yoga. As I said, this is one element. This is advanced asana.
Right.
And as long as you're doing asana, You are doing little bit of yoga. It's not complete yoga system that you're applying. It's some benefit you're receiving. You will keep having your body in very good condition, no problem. But what about your mind? What about your energy? What about your chakras? You're not touching them. And those touches happen when you practice classical pranayama prescription that has been given, methods of concentration that has been given, then you evolve. You grow in the journey. So yes, you can keep doing.
And you blend all of these concepts and principles.
In every class, we try to bring all this classical practice, philosophical knowledge.
Right.
Pranayama practice is must in each class. Meditation practice is must in each class. Savasana practice is must in each class because these are the foundation building. These are what's going to change your human body.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about something that is very, I think, close to everybody's mind and heart, and that is stress. WHO says stress is the health epidemic of the 21st century. And we're all aware in Dubai, I mean, we have some of the longest working hours, right? Considering the fast pace and the growth of this part of the world.
Yeah.
What are you seeing in your students? What does chronic stress actually look like in them, in their bodies or in their minds? And when someone walks into your studio, how do you actually come to that knowledge?
See, because of an experience, in last 2 decades, I may have interacted with thousands of different body and different energies. Nobody has the same energy system. And there are people who has past trauma, lots of stress, current stress in their life. And when I interact with them, first thing I will see the body anatomical structure. The tension in the body builds up in different area.
True.
And these people have so much they're holding for a very long time that when they do even posture look even so bizarre, so misaligned, and you cannot
so
put them
stiff,
in
right?
So stiff because it's so been blocked for so many years.
True.
So stress can have multiple. So in yoga, you used to use psychosomatic disorders.
Right.
From stress, what you can build up in your body, your mind, you have messed up completely. You have no control on the stress. It can affect your heart. It can affect your lungs. It can affect your circulation. It can affect your skin. It can affect your whole endocrine system. It can affect your nervous system. Everything can be affected in your body by the stress. And first thing that yoga teaches is to de-stress through that right, gentle pranayama practices. Today, breath work become very popular.
Right.
This is the modern version.
As a separate,
Breath work is the beginning of pranayama.
modality.
Is the beginning of pranayama, that will say. Ending is remain the pranayama because the goal of pranayama is different versus the goal of breath work, right? You do a couple of different type of breathing that's modernized and stuff. It's fine. People will get benefit. So when I see and interact with people who coming with stressful situation, first I will see their body, I will see the aura, the energy, and then have a communication understanding. And based on that, I guide them what practice is best for you and even what time you should do it because it's matter. The time as well. Yes.
Time. Right.
Because with the time, your energy is changing. Right. Morning, you might be more acidic. Afternoon, you might turn into the kapha. So based on that, there is a prescription that happens and that affects even faster.
So do you recommend them to do the yin form of yoga mostly in the evening when it's the
So when person is stressed, I will try to put them in more medium level classes. Right. Because yin takes you more inward and stuff. More active classes like we do classical hatha yoga class is very good. Detox yoga flow is very good. Sukshma yoga and pranayama class is very good. Dynamic vinyasa is very good. Right. So more active classes that require lots of deep breathing. Because in all these classes we do pranayama practice and stuff.
Right.
And this is what you're doing it actually. Of course, the first thing what happened when you even do one round of salutation, your respiratory system and your circulatory system. These two systems affect the first in your body and their function improve. Now, if you look the link of these two systems with every other system in your body will starting to get affected, right? All this practice, physical practice is one side, but one practice out of all this is called humming sound.
Right. Yeah.
Now, people don't know one humming sound can create 5 times more nitric oxide in your body. And that is even people who has sinusitis and blocked nostril, it can open up. Now this vibration, when you're creating humming sound with ears closed and ears open, this travels from your throat chakra all the way to the crown. So all these organs, the master gland
Are activated.
is starting to become active.
Right.
And because stress, what are you going to do? First, it's going to affect your master gland. And if the master is not working well, how the disciple going to do well?
True.
So the first master gland need to be activated through these practices. And when that happens, you feel good. It's starting to fight. It's not about fighting. It's about finding the permanent solution.
Absolutely. And alignment.
And alignment. You're going to be stressed every single day. There is no doubt. You're not going to say, no, I will not. You will be. There are many situations coming.
Yeah, it's beyond our control.
What you're doing to manage is the question.
True.
10-minute practice, one practice you do it. You will be able to manage it well. You will sleep well. You will eat well. Your digestion will be well. You will feel happier. And you can achieve your goal. A stressful mind cannot be creative, cannot achieve the goal because it is not in full potential.
True.
Right? So these techniques is not only helping you to become better, healthy person, but these methods helping you to go towards your goal and achieve them. And that can happen when you have a calm mind. Calm mind is more creative mind, more productive mind.
Very well said. Absolutely. So to bring in that calmness, we need to let go of one big culprit that is the contributor to the stress, and that is cortisol.
Yeah.
Cortisol is the stress
hormone,
right?
Exactly.
The cortisol, the nervous system, fight or flight. Now, these are the responses, psychological responses to any situation, whether you stay there, you fight it, or you escape. These are words people hear a lot these days from a lot of people on social media who either pretend to be very knowledgeable and they discuss these words. But how does a person living in a permanent low-grade state of stress not even know they are in it?
Very, very, very good question. Think of it two ways. Either we are stressed, either we are not stressed. Third way, you are in a samadhi out of both of them, right? People don't know actually. Most of the people don't know they are in stress, right? They don't even accept they are in stress. Lots of mental health disorders are there. They don't accept if they have mental issues and they should go and meet the psychologist or an expert, right? And this is the issue of awareness, right? If you look at your day, just a simple example, you wake up, until the night you go to the bed, you are today on a fight and flight mode.
Absolutely.
Constantly wired, running. And if you are on that mode from day to the night, half of your life, that is, right? You did not give your body a chance to heal, mind to slow, heartbeat to slow, circulation to become better, digestion to become better. So this method, the yoga, classical yoga practice, as I said, certain breathing practice, 5 minutes you spend, and you can reset your nervous system from fight and flight mode to rest and digest mode. It's very important, and you can do right now. You just need to close your right nostril and you inhale 10, 15, 20 times through the left, activating. This is how yogis understood human body in so precise and an energetic way. The left is responsive to the parasympathetic, right is sympathetic. You active your fight and flight mode, keep the right nostril closed, breathe in, breathe out. For 2-3 minutes you do it. You are resetting now, rewiring now, and you will start to feel calm. It does not require. The fastest way to change your nervous system, affect your breathing, is your breath. You're not doing it. You are depending on the pills or other medication is not right.
Sadly, yes.
Because whole life you will be dependent on them then. Yes.
Exactly.
These are the real foundation, solid prescription. And these will help you if you're doing it every single day.
Absolutely, because they are the root.
They are the root.
They address the issue from the root.
We are not, I think, suppressing the issue here. We try to heal the issue from its foundation.
Through bringing
from the
awareness.
Root cause, Right. So medicine, of course, suppresses, right? We're not suppressing. We try to help. This is the practice. You do it every day. If you have this kind of energy and this kind of mind that you're stressing it, let's calm it down. Let's reset your nervous system. Let's come into the natural understanding with your body mind function.
Wonderful, because when a mind is at the restful state, it is most creative, it's most efficient and most productive.
100%, yes.
That goes for any age.
Any age.
If you see kids, they know how to shake their body really well. They let go of that hyper energy, and then they are in the calm state again.
Exactly.
But sadly, with the introduction of so many gadgets and technology and tools and noise around us, we're not introducing this form to our kids, which I feel is really beneficial. And I think you do have kids yoga classes.
Yes, you do. So as I said, yoga came in my life. I was a kid.
Right.
I was blessed. I enjoyed it. But today the culture is different. Of course, life is more dependent on technologies, and kids love it because they have something to engage their mind.
Dopamine,
Dopamine. They constantly, they want to have. I feel every school, parents should think actually.
True.
Right? Parents should think if the kids is 6-7 year old and have so much pressure from the study from the school.
True.
And you're not helping your kids. You're not making them do some breath work. You're not putting them in savasana. You're not shutting down the gadget. You're not helping your kids to grow healthy. There's no way they're going to be healthy after 20. Because so much stress they're going to carry forward. Yeah. So practicing 45 minutes to 1 hour yoga from the age 6, I say, to or 7, kids should be in a class at least 2 to 3 times a week. And I'm sure their study level will increase, their memory will increase, their overall body structure will increase. Today I see lots of kids have almost lordosis. Because of sitting like that, the shoulders lean forward, the spine is curved, having a cow.
So
and they
breathing
cannot have
is
a
blocked
better.
As well, right?
And breathing is blocked because the chest is compressed. Lungs cannot have 100% oxygen running because the chest is compressed. When the posture is aligned, and this is what yoga going to do first. It's going to align your posture. You're going to open up your body. It's going to improve the circulation. It's going to increase the oxygen level in your bloodstream. Your kids going to be having much healthy and active and a vibrant life. Versus they're not doing yoga. And it's been proven. Many study has been done. Practicing yoga from an early age will have a long last impact on the life. I feel that.
It reminds me, thanks for touching upon that. It reminds me, there is a school in Japan where they start with the meditation practice every single day. It's not a practice like we have here in Dubai. In many schools, it's like well-being Wednesday. Okay, what happens to other days? Other days you're not supposed to focus on well-being. So it's like limited to, and that activity is also very structured.
Very structured.
Whereas it has to become a natural part of the system. As your curriculum is designed, it should be the part of the curriculum as you start your day with that meditation. And hats off to those people, who are doing that, and they can see the results.
And they will be 100% better result. There is no doubt because you're doing something that your body and mind will respond better, learn better, have more efficiency. You will be more happy, more calmer in that stage. As I said, yoga, what has become all this mindful or yoga or breathful practices. Previously, in an Indian culture or the yogic culture, yoga was always in a lifestyle.
True.
Today, yoga become a trend, and this in every industry, either school. They might do 1 yoga per month, or if the corporate yoga session, or let's do 1 session per month. They don't realize it. 1 session, 1 month doing nothing to them.
It's not going to bring a change.
It's just the HR try to fulfill their job. I'm sorry to say, but this is the fact, right? When there's a 20-minute consistent practice every single day in a corporate environment or in a school, you will see a better result.
Absolutely.
Your cost will increase. People will take less leave, sick leaves. People will be more productive, more creative, more efficient at a workplace. And there was a research. If you spend $1 on your employee health and wellness, you're getting 20 in return.
True.
So you're not losing anything. You're spending some amount
ROI,
of
if corporates are hearing us and watching us, I would encourage you to invest at least not only in terms of the financial investment, but also in terms of time. It's time, effort, energy, the initiatives as well, and how much you care really. If you care about your top leaders of the organization and can organize some private sessions for them, why not for the rest of the line of the teams that you have for your organization, and so that you create a healthy culture in your organization, not just corporates, schools, any other entities that we have. I think yoga and mindfulness and all of the practices that are there, breath work, for example, should be a combination of all of these practices.
This need to be done every
everywhere,
day for better
right?
result. Yeah,
Everywhere. And for all ages.
True.
Not limited to only people who are healthy and can move their body. No, it's not just
Exactly.
for them. People who are dealing with chronic stress or some of the form of, mobility impairment, they can also be a part of this and get benefited.
100% true.
Yeah. Okay, Sumit, thank you so much for, getting us aware of the technical background of yoga, the ancient background of yoga, the systems, the practices, the sadhana, the dharana, all of that. I'm just trying to remember, because it doesn't come all at once.
Yeah.
Talking about breathing, a part of pranayama. The breathing, you breathe 23,000 times a day, and that's what research says. Almost all of them are wrong. And what is wrong breathing, and what is it actually costing us? Why are we breathing wrong?
Very, very important topic, and every human being need to understand this. Your health depends, your life depends on the one number of breath you take per minute. So a healthy human being, and I will connect this how yogis has research on this on different animals and other human. A healthy human person take approximately between 16 to 20 breath per minute when you're healthy, when you don't have a stress. As soon as you are starting to have a stress and anxiety, this rhythm breaks.
Right.
And you're starting to breathe faster, more shallow. In that case, the capacity of the lungs is reduced less than 50%. And this is the reason most of the people are not able to perform. They don't have much energy. They get lethargic, lazy after 1 o'clock. 4-5 hour energy because they're not taking enough, right? And as per the study that has been done, 60% people are doing wrong breathing in this world. So imagine your diaphragm is like a balloon.
Right.
When you take the air, balloon should get wide.
Right.
And when you breathe out, it should go
deflate,
inward, right? So deflate. Most of the people, when they breathe in, the diaphragm goes inward. So how can you use the 100% capacity of the lung? The first, these people can have multiple health-related issues. They can never help themselves to come out from the stress or other hormonal issues, energy issues, till the breath is fixed. And the yoga, first thing we do it is fix your breath. I always say in a class, breath is your life and life is your breath. Your mind follows the breath and breath follows the mind. As an example, if I ask you a general knowledge question, what is the age of the turtle?
I think hundreds of years.
200 years.
Yeah.
You know how many breaths a turtle takes per minute? One breath.
Really?
A minute.
That's
The
slow.
age of elephant? Let's come to more clear understanding. Elephant lives almost 150 years.
Yes.
Take 4 to 8 breaths a minute.
Okay.
The age of the dog? 14,
because it's very fast.
It's very fast.
Fast and shallow.
It takes around
breathing.
40 breaths a minute without exercising. As soon as you run, it can go 60, 70,
It's
at least
clear
40.
math.
Now look at the age of the human. Right? So yogis come out with this conclusion after understanding every animal and the human. And the whole idea in the yoga is to slow down your breath. That will slow down everything in your body, even your aging. Today, so much research is going on the medical side.
Anti-aging.
Anti-aging, yoga has already given us such a powerful tool. The problem here is people don't want to sit for 20 minutes and practice. They find more easy to take that pill and put it in their mouth.
True.
Which is more real and more effective and long-lasting. Yogis used to live 110, 120, 130 years without seeing a doctor in their life.
True.
Why? Because they understood the human body and their breath constantly, every single day, they will work on the pranayama, that is the energy seat. As long as you have a strong energy seat, you will not get sick. That's the fact, right? So the breathing understanding, everybody I say who's watching this, sit down today, see how many breaths you can do it. And what you can do is best practice to slow down. You start inhaling in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhaling in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the first thing I will teach.
Right.
Because everybody have, with little bit awareness, this much control. So what happens from 18 breath, you will come down to 6 breath a minute. And this 6 breath is resetting your whole nervous system, more oxygen, more energy, better circulation.
True.
And you will feel recharged and active throughout the day.
Thank you very
Simple
much.
practice.
Absolutely. This is a great technique to not only evaluate your own self, where you are in terms of how slow you can make your breaths. And I think everybody has the potential to do that. It's just that we don't pay our attention to that part of our body or our mind. That's where we can, change a lot of things. Not just from the results, we can change it from the thoughts. From the mind.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is the practice and technique that you said for non-smokers, I suppose. What about the people who smoke and they have even less lung capacity?
As I said, yoga and Ayurveda is like a prescription. They will see what issue you're having, what lifestyle you're having.
Right.
Based on that, we will give you the yogic. Sorry, we're not prescribing medicine here, right? This is the natural solution. If somebody is into smoking, what happened into lungs? Look at the lungs functionality starting to decrease, right? It is starting to have a different patches inside.
Yeah. Toxins.
3 pranayam, if they do it for 10 minutes only, they can rejuvenate and start bringing the life back to the lungs. The first pranayam is a Kapalbhati.
Right.
Kapalbhati actually is not pranayam, is a cleansing technique. That's why it's called Kriya. It cleans the frontal brain. It pumps up lots of oxygen into your system. Second is Bhastrika pranayam. That is very important. In Bhastrika, you take so much oxygen, you pumping, inhaling, exhaling. So what you're doing is stressing your energy system.
Right.
And it's stressing, when you stress, you do for 2 minutes Bhastrika, because your body is not used to of this much energy and this much oxygen. Your body, your cell is starting to stress out. And when you stop it, it releases the vast amount of energy you absorb. Your lungs get stronger, your blood circulation improve. And third pranayama, I will say, start holding your breath. You take the breath in, hold the breath. This will strengthen the lungs and the heart. This practice would be ideal for the people who are into smoking. Kapalbhati, do it 500-600 times. It takes 5 minutes to do it. Bhastrika, do it 20 rounds of 3 rounds. It will bring lots of oxygen purification. Bandhas, you do it 3 times. And you can keep smoking, but you can be more healthy. I'm not telling you to stop it just because we are talking about yoga and podcast.
I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Not many people can give up that habit if they don't want to. If they put their heart, mind and soul to it, they can.
That's what in the beginning of this podcast, I said everybody is living in a habitual pattern.
True.
And this is how our neurons are functioning. You're addicted to things. But one question that comes to everybody who is addicted to anything can be like, what you're doing for yourself. Do you love yourself? And if yes, then what you're doing to fix the issue. I'm not telling to stop the smoking. I'm telling do something that can help the damage to cure. And you can live a healthier, more energetic and a longer life.
Absolutely. But sadly, they don't think smoking is an issue because they think it is a stress buster. For many people that I have seen,
I totally agree. Yes.
Whether in my circle or whether acquaintances or whether someone who I've just met and they smoke, I ask
totally
them a question, right? Or my clients as well.
And that's why I said don't stop it, but add something that will help to
shift the focus, right?
Yes.
Shift the focus.
And maybe I have interacted personally. I'm got to met some smokers in the past. I've trained people who went to the track in the Himalayas to train. This 15-20 minute practice, they start doing it. And trust me, few who the chain smoker is starting to feel I don't want to smoke anymore. Reduction happen automatically.
True, because when you get the benefits of stress reduction and better breathing, better circulation.
You feel better overall in your life actually when you do such changes. It's not only one element, everything is affecting.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm loving it. I'm loving the knowledge that we're getting and the kind of techniques you are teaching us. Start small, but start it.
Start small and be consistent. That's it.
Exactly.
Start with 5 minutes.
True.
I know taking out 1 hour today out of your busy schedule is very challenging. Start with 5-minute breath work and see how you feel it in next 1 week.
And gradually increase it.
If you feel, yes, this is working, you're feeling better, you feel more energetic, why don't you add 5 more minutes?
True.
And then you've done 10 minutes, you think more, then you come to me and I will take your rest.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
So box breathing. We were talking about breathing. You showed us a technique where we inhale and then you hold and then you let go. Right? So Nadi Sodhana, Brahmari, Kapalbhati. We touched upon Kapalbhati where you said the forceful breathing right through the nose. Which pranayama technique does what? Apart from, I think, Kapalbhati you have covered.
Kapalbhati is the purification of the frontal brain. Also help strengthening your lungs and heart. Takes lots of oxygen into your system. Bhastrika is a pranayam of, we call it fire breath. It generates lots of heat in the body.
Right.
Very good for people who have an issue with the kapha and they have a habit of putting on weight. So the Bhastrika pranayam generate heat. Heat burns it. Kapha melts it. Release it, right? Nadi Shodhan. This pranayam, I cannot tell you one benefit. In one of the scriptures mentioned, if you do 108 round of Nadi Shodhan pranayama, have a power of awakening your kundalini.
Okay.
The whole system of yoga works in terms of purifying your energy channel.
Right.
And those are 72,000 in your body. That means vast network of energy channel your body runs.
Right.
But in today's world, these channels are not purified. Multiple reasons. We don't eat healthy. We're not doing pranayam practice. We live in an unhealthy environment. We have stress. Many reasons these channels get blocked. And when they open up, Nadi Shodhan is one pranayama. If you do in a very classical method, in that you don't only inhale, exhale. You breathe in, you hold, you exhale. So proper method. So one pranayama you will be doing in 1 minute.
Okay.
This you come down to proper Nadi Shodhan. Imagine when you're doing one pranayama 1 minute, 108 round, 108 minutes. Nobody have that much time.
So you're going to live like a turtle then?
You're going to this is how yogis have lived. But the idea here is not living long, living healthy,
right.
Living awakened life, more balanced life, and a life with a harmony.
True.
So each pranayama plays a different role for different types of body as well. So we need to understand when you're doing it, what we need our body need.
Great.
Yeah.
One of the last questions I would like to ask is, what is the relationship between breathwork and creativity? How can people be more creative when they breathe right?
A stress and a mind that is having constant anxiety cannot be creative, cannot be productive, cannot be relaxed, right? As I said, the first thing when you do the right breathing, breath work or a pranayam practice is going to reset your nervous system. It's going to put you into the rest and digest mode. That means you are more calm. And it's not me. A calmer mind can think clearly, be more productive, and bring better result into whatever you're doing, either at your workplace, either at home, either you're studying. A stressful mind cannot be creative. A calmer mind is always more creative. And you can have a better intuition only when your mind is completely calm. And breathing, when you do in a correct way, first thing, it will affect the function of your mind. It will calms you down. Your nervous system straight away affects the brain functionality. Mind becomes calm, more circulation of blood, more purified oxygen reaching to your brain.
True.
All this is starting to change. People are not realizing. Breath is life. You need to apply it. 10 minutes, 5 minutes. So what happened? Think of the human body as a phone, right? Your phone, you're using it few hours. Battery dies. What you do? You put on charge. You wake up in the morning, as us. What we're doing in the night, we're recharging our battery when we sleep. So it really matters how well and good quality of sleep you're having. And depends on stressful. The more stress you're having, the faster you're using this battery.
True.
Some people will survive only till 1 o'clock. Some people will survive maybe till 5 o'clock. So what you can do, once you survive 1 o'clock, now you feel lethargic, you cannot think, you cannot product. 5 minutes of breath work, do Bhastrika, do Nadi Shodhan. You're now recharging your battery with the pranayam practices to do rest of the day more productive, more creative, more result oriented.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think everyone can take 5 minutes out of their busy schedule. How much ever busy you are, you can always take those 5 minutes for yourself. And
100%.
when people in your family, in your circle, in your friend circle or social circle see you do that, even in your professional circle, they are bound to think, what is happening? How is that change happening? And they'll come and they'll ask you.
Yes.
And this is how the word of mouth spreads as well. Someone coming to your classes regularly, and then their social circle, that's how the goodness spreads.
Exactly.
And in a way, it is a huge contribution to the society that you are doing through your practices, through your teachings, through your wisdom, and through your classes. Right? Over 35 forms of yoga, because we need it.
Everybody needs it.
Because our life is complex these days. So we need to break down that complexity through different angles.
I think it's one line I'll say that don't think yoga as a trend that you want to go for a class for a back pain issues or a diabetes issue or weight loss issue. If you make yoga part of your lifestyle, all the issue going to resolve in your life. This is what the people not understanding, the in-depth, the power, the healing power of yoga that is having. And if you can make 30 to 45 minute everyday routine, it's going to affect every impact of your life.
True.
That's it.
True. I have personally seen the wonders, because for me, that 1 hour is just 1 hour.
It's just 1 hour for yourself.
It's like nutrition.
Exactly.
It's like that health bowl. I can be sitting in that class and sitting in the meditation, but my soul is transported to somewhere.
This is what it does.
Where it is all health, where it is all goodness.
Yeah.
So I would really encourage people to take charge of their health, take charge of your life, get to your senses, use your mental energy, and the rest will be taken care of Sumit Manav and his team at Lifestyle Yoga. Thank you very much.
Thank you
for being with us.
Thank you very much, everybody.
And thank you for giving us all this information.
My pleasure.
If someone has to get in touch with you, what are the channels?
We are on website lifestyleyogaworld.com, Instagram Lifestyle Yoga World. They can find us easily on Google and stuff. Very easy to reach out to us.
When it comes to UAE, how much of the UAE do you cater at the moment?
We cater when it comes to the group class. We located in Shangri-La Hotel, Sheikh Zayed Road.
Right.
Coming personalized program, we do all over Dubai cover. When it's come to corporate training for UAE, we cover. So there's no problem with that. Yeah.
Amazing. So any age group, any sector
age group,
of life.
welcome. Yes. Come out. Do 10-15 minute consultancy before you go for any plan, because we guide personalized people and tell them what need to be done correctly and which classes you should take, because people get very easily confused. Oh my God, 35 classes, which one to go? So our job is first to guide them. This is the class you should sign up, and we look closely at their body, their prakriti, their nature. Based on that, we guide.
Absolutely.
So it's more become a personalized program for you.
I have heard from some of my friends who have been practicing yoga with you that your team is very approachable, very efficient, knowledgeable, and you handpick your team.
Yes, always.
So tell us a little bit about that. What kind of qualities or qualification or discipline are you looking at?
I think first thing what I see, the background that I come from, I look for almost similar background. They are associated with the same organization. If that is there, always higher priority, because I know what they do over there. They live a life like a yogi. So the foundation is strongly built and they have a good foundation. When I finalize it, okay, this is from this institute and I'm happy, I bring them, and then first 2 to 3 months, my job is to nurture them further. So constant training that take place, because what happened in India, of course, you're building a foundation, classical Hatha yoga and Patanjali yoga. But here you all of a sudden 35 different forms.
True.
Everybody can get lost in that. So there's a complete training for 3 months for every teacher that I take them through.
Wonderful.
To train them and make them understand about each style, what are the impact on body, mind and energy. And from there they start teaching them.
Absolutely. And culture plays a great role as well.
100%.
Because if they come from a particular mindset,
True.
and here in this cosmic bowl, they're not able to mingle, then it's a problem.
It's a big problem. Big problem.
So you would have to.
It happens sometimes.
Culture.
We had teachers coming, did not mingle well and stuff. That's fine. People have their own free mind to think and what they want to do.
True.
But as a mentor, as a guide, I always try my best to upgrade their skill, bring them to a higher standard, because very different teaching yoga in India versus the way everybody has done enough yoga here and they know where they're going and who's teaching what, right? Enough yoga, all students, everybody has tried different teacher. So they can find out in first 15 seconds the quality of the teacher. And that's where I do not compromise. I try my best to bring the skill really good. So there's no comparison. Oh, this is amazing class immediately. Yeah. So this is stress for me. If somebody is saying, teacher, I did not enjoy the class. That's it. Then I'm on fire.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this great episode. I would say it has been a combination of a lot of technical knowledge as well, which not many people are able to either serve or receive.
Receive, yeah.
It's both ways.
Both ways, yeah.
If there are only people serving and no one is there to receive, then the knowledge doesn't go anywhere. And
yeah.
certainly it does not get transformed into wisdom because they don't apply it.
They don't apply it.
So
100%.
I would say through your happy approach, because whenever I have to have my laughter dose, I pick up the phone and I just simple call. It doesn't even have to be yoga, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that is the comfort level you would get when you get in touch with people like this and experts who know their job well, who can make you feel at ease with your body, with your mind, with your soul, and get back on the mat.
Exactly.
What are you waiting
back
for?
On the mat.
Right? One message you want to leave our audience with, we would like to know, please.
Abhyas and Vairagya Bhyam Tan Nirodha. Abhyas means practice. Bhyam means detachments, leads you to the perfection in the body and mind. So think again what you're doing with your life. Start doing practices. Some detachment will bring joy, happiness, health and well-being and prosperity. Thank you and namaste.
Thank you very much. And with this, we conclude this episode of Unfiltered Baatein. You have seen how much of a filter or no filter we have put in our talks. And some people might be upset, and that's okay. Some people might learn a lot from these insights, and that's what we want, really. That is the purpose of bringing in this knowledge, bringing in this wisdom and conversations through heart to you all. Thank you very much. Have a great, great day ahead. Thank you.